Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shelly and I've got some products I've never tried before. I'm a little nervous, I gotta be honest, but we're gonna play with some new products, kind of see how they look. Maybe there'll be like serious winners that we never even considered. I'm looking next to me to see what else I have that I could try that's new. Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna start with this. I already have some skincare on. I'm gonna throw on this Dominique Cosmetics Blur and Moisturize Primer. Let's give it a try. Why not? We'll just see how this goes. I actually really like the Dominique Cosmetics eyeshadows, some of the other products they have. So let's just see. So I'm not really sure how much to use or how much to put on, but I can tell you the instant application reminds me a little bit of the one from, I think, Thrive. It reminds me a little bit of the one from Thrive Cosmetic. A little tacky. Okay, let's just see what this looks like. What else do I want to try? I have... Gosh, you guys, I didn't know I was going to be doing this video. I picked up 3 shades of the Beauty Blender foundation, Bounce Foundation. This is from the Beauty Blender Blind, and they had like a sale where it's like you buy 2, you get 1 free, but they were on sale. So I picked up Blend 2.4, then it says NO. Is that like neutral olive maybe? And then 3.2 W medium sand, I'm guessing that's warm, and then a 2.5 N medium nude. I'm wondering if medium nude isn't going to be the right shade. I've got some other products that we can darken it up if it's not exactly the right one. So let's just give this a try. I did get a Beauty Blender sponge, but I have not dampened it yet. So we're going to have to use a different sponge to apply, but let's just see how close we are on some of these. So there is like a on-off button, I'm guessing. And then if I recall, yeah, you can squirt it onto the package and then take your sponge and pick it up off of that. No, that might be too light. Let's just see what this looks like. So I think it's going on pretty light. Pretty good coverage, actually. I had another eye look on earlier, and I think I've removed most of it, but if I had the dregs of something, I apologize. Hopefully we can kind of clean that up as we go. Okay, so it's pretty light. It's pretty light, but I have some other products that I can use to kind of darken up my complexion a little bit, so good thing for those. So this was the middle one. Okay, maybe we'll try the medium sand and see what that looks like. I had never tried these before, and you know, I think I've seen people use them. I don't really recall if people loved it or hated it. Right now I can tell you it seems very light for me, which is probably better for, you know, up here underneath my eyes. Let's just see how crepey this makes my eyes look too. Okay, so the shade, what did I say this was? 2.5, a little too light in all honesty. We'll have to come back in a couple months when the weather gets really crappy and go there. So I'm guessing that 2.4 is going to be very, very light for me. We'll put that aside again for maybe winter months. I'm going to take a little bit of, this one's 3.2 medium sand. We'll see if maybe this isn't a better match for me. I probably could have tried this first. Okay, so I'm going to turn it on, and we're going to squirt a little bit of it into, oop, that kind of shot over there, didn't it? I'm trying to prime it to get it to come out. It's not really wanting to. Get this on right? Oh yeah. So, oh wait, I can't tell if it's trying to come out, but I'm sitting here. I keep trying. Boy, that doesn't bode well, does it? If you can't even get it out. Is there any other way to get product out? I can't tell if this is supposed to come apart or not. That could be another way to get it out, but that's disappointing. You guys had a problem with this component before? Yeah, like it doesn't want to. I got one little squirt out of here and then nothing. And it like shot out. It's pumping, it's just not coming out. I'm trying it upside down. I'm trying it flat. I'm trying it upright. Trying it left-handed and right-handed. It does not want to come out. Yeah, and if you flip the thing over, it doesn't come out at all. So that's a little disappointing. All right, well, we'll come back and play with that another time, I guess, when I can put some work into it. Well, I got a little bit of that picked up. Let's just see. See, that seems like it's too light as well. Maybe that was the way of it saying, hey, don't use me because I'm too light for your complexion. Maybe. Wow, I look pretty darn pasty right now, don't I? We can warm that up. I do have one of the e.l.f. Halo Glow liquid filters. And this one's pretty dark for me, so we're gonna take a little bit of this and try to deepen up the complexion a little bit. And I don't care if I get a little wild. I'm not really using it as a contour type bronzer. I did put it, you know, kind of strategically on my cheeks, but I'm spreading it out all over from there. That helped a little bit. Okay, maybe not perfect base layer application, but I was placing an order on Zara and I picked up a couple products that I thought might be kind of fun to play with because I have never used Zara Cosmetics before. So the first thing is a concealer. This was $12.90 and it says concealer corrector on it, and I picked it up in shade, it says C924. I have another shade on it. Yeah, it just says Luminous Creamy Concealer C924. All right, see, that's actually even darker than the foundation I just used. So we're gonna put a little of this just in places. Don't you love first impression videos where we're like, oh, we don't know what we're doing? I'm not a makeup artist. If you guys are new and haven't heard that before, I don't do makeup professionally. I have a kind of a corporate job and I travel a lot for work and for fun too. I'm a little bit of a rolling stone. Okay, that concealer worked perfectly fine. It kind of did what I needed it to do. I'm feeling a little crazy. Let's see if we can't just kind of press that out a little bit. I'm currently feeling fairly heavily made up, even though I've just had foundation on. And I think it's because that Beauty Blender foundation is just a little thicker consistency than I would have expected. Okay, I also picked up one of their liquid matte lips. This is in the shade Buttercup, another $12.90. These were all very economical. I'm not gonna put on any lip liner, but let's just see what this looks like on its own. Oh, pretty. All right, so I'm feeling like Buttercup is like your lips, but better, which is perfectly fine with me. We'll see what happens when it dries down a little bit. Okay, next thing on here is, next thing I picked up was a blush. This was $10.90, and I picked it up in shade Rumors. This might be a little too corally for me. That's a pretty small blush. Not corally at all. That actually looks like it's perfectly fine. I think the package kind of gave me the impression it was a little corally. This does have a little mirror in it. A little mirror, little blush. Okay. Yeah, that's going on very well. Yeah, that's nice. Who knew? You guys ever tried Zara makeup before? I have not. Yeah, I like that shade a lot. That's actually really pretty. Kind of a fun little package too. I mean, it's a hard plastic, but it's like a, what do you call the rectangles that are at a slant? One of those. Not really a trapezoid. Oh my gosh, there's my phone making noise. Not really a trapezoid, just kind of a slid triangle. Okay, this is the one thing that I wasn't really sure. I didn't know what I was buying. This one is an eyeshadow palette and it's called Rain of Green, $7.90. Problem is, try to get it out here if I can. Problem is, I didn't realize it was an actual palette. It's just like the insert for a palette. So it's already gotten damaged a little bit. I don't know what to do. I think I'm gonna try, I think I'll just put this in a Z palette. There are some pins in the back, so I think I can poke these through, but I already have like this taupe shade that's been damaged. So that doesn't make me super happy, especially, you know, I mean, $17 isn't super expensive, but it's also not free. So let me zoom you in and let's play with these eyeshadows. So the one that's damaged is kind of like this taupe shade. I'm gonna actually start with that. Looks like I have two kind of mattes and the rest are shimmers. Not my favorite configuration because frankly, I prefer more mattes than shimmers. That's just me. I can get away with like one, one shimmer and the rest are all mattes. I think I was feeling like I was a little bit of a green mood when I picked this up, which is fine. That shade, not green. That's actually a fantastic taupe. So I'm putting it in my crease and then just kind of blending it up a little bit. I think the first application I maybe went a little sheer. This one I didn't tap off as much. So that's kind of fun. I'm going pretty fast. I've got somewhere I've got to be. And I thought, you know, let's see if we can't get a makeup look that we'd actually wear out. I'll have to see if this is the one. And I'm letting my hair air dry. I'm trying this Briogeo. It's a superfood, but it's like a texturizing spray. It's supposed to be like a moisturizing, texturing spray. I have naturally wavy hair. Sometimes I blow dry it straight. I'm coming off of a week of being on the road. I actually got home around 1 o'clock in the morning last night. So my hair's was straightened for most of the week. And I needed a change. I don't mind that color at all. If I wanted to grab some makeup really quickly for work and I was at the mall, I would feel confident picking that up and using that as kind of a work shade. Maybe a little darker and smokier than I need it to be, but you know, that's the way it is right now. Okay, so I have like this sort of gold shimmer in here. I've got like almost like a seafoam green. I've got kind of a darker, almost like forest green, and I have this super, super dark green, almost like it's like a black green. So I think what I want to do is take, do I have like a flatter brush? I do. I'm gonna take a little flat brush and I'm gonna grab, we're gonna start with the lighter one. And I'm just gonna use that right here on the inner portion of my lid to give me a little depth and dimension. We'll see if this whole, if all these shimmers are what they are cracked up to be. Not that they're cracked up because like I've not heard anybody talk about them, but more so can I get away with having a palette that's predominantly shimmer. I was so disappointed when I saw that this didn't actually even have a compact that it came in. I haven't ever seen that. Like I don't remember even anything popping up saying that this was just a refill, but that's okay. I've got a Z palette that's mostly empty. We'll try that. Okay, that's a pretty light you know, seafoam shimmer. I don't normally wear pastels, so we're gonna go into the mid-tone right next to it here. And that is a little lighter than I thought it was gonna be, but it's building up. Okay, good to know. I'm taking it from my lash line up into my crease area and just kind of trying to blend it into that lighter shade as well. Okay, let's do it on this side too. As I was saying earlier, I've got some things that I want to do today, but I'm going to be out in natural daylight for the majority of it, and I'm thinking that this foundation is just a little too full coverage for the natural daylight 100-degree weather that I have to go stand into. So unfortunately this isn't going to get an all-day wear test. Okay, I'm going to take the darkest shade here and we'll put this on the outside and blend it and bump it up into the other shades too. I normally don't do shimmers all the way out, but I think I've been coming a little bit more comfortable doing it, sort of challenging my comfort zone a little bit. I'm gonna here so it connects. I think when you get mature eyelids, sometimes shimmers bring out more texture. So I'm curious to see what this looks like once I get it all on. Okay, that flat brush seemed to apply pretty well. I was able to build up the color. I do have to do a little bit of blending. I think it's a little crazy right now. I think this earlier. So, and I feel like I lost most of that taupe. I did not use an eyelid primer. This is just all the shades that straight out of the package. The little non-covered component. I think one of the things that it maybe is concerning about this is because there's no cover on it, no lid on it. I mean, I don't think it's been contaminated in any way because the package was taped, but now that it's open, it really does need to go into something else post haste. That's kind of, you know, kind of a fun way to do green. It's very dark and heavy for everyday daylight, but probably fun for date night. I'm gonna take this lighter pink in here, and this is the other one that I thought might be a matte, but it's looking, because it's so pale, and it's coming across as a shimmer too. Very creamy. Yeah, it's definitely a shimmer. So they gave you one matte and 5 shimmers in this palette. That's too shimmer heavy for me. This all of a sudden now has become an accent palette and not an everyday palette, but good to know. Okay, I drug a little bit of that into my inner corner as well. That lip has dried down nicely though. I like that. Okay, so did I get anything else from Zara? No. Concealer, lip, blush, eyeshadow. Let me put some mascara on and we'll give it our final thoughts. Okay, you guys. Man, mascara always makes a big difference, doesn't it? I did not put on any setting powder. Where is it? That will help kind of tone down the blush just a little bit. While it's a beautiful color, I think I went a little overboard, especially for the competing eye look. So I'm just going to take a little bit of the RCMA setting powder, which fixes a multitude of over-abusing of blush. All right, you guys, there is my Zara makeup. I didn't know what to expect. I do actually really love the eyeshadow. I think it's actually very beautiful. And I think it built up very nicely, applied well, no skipping, no patchiness that I can see. My contacts are a little fuzzy right now. I need to get this off and kind of clean up my contacts, I think. I think some of the setting spray or some of the products I was using in my last video kind of got into my contacts. That happens from time to time. Yeah, you know what? I love the lip. Little tiny bit sticky, but not bad. The Dominique Cosmetics primer worked really well. I don't know if it was a combination of that or the, oh my gosh, this is crazy. So these little, and I just caught this. So the concealer and the lipstick, they're at an angle. So when you put them down, they're like, I don't know if I can hold this and do it, but they're at an angle. They don't sit straight, they sit crooked. I don't know how my OCD is going to handle that, but I just picked up on that. The blush I thought was super cute. Pigmented, looks great. I wish this had a box around it. I wish it had a box around it, and I wish it had, like, I almost wish this kind of green gold right here. It's very creamy, beautiful formula, but that kind of green gold shimmer, put that on. Didn't know I was going to do that, but here I am. I'm doctoring things as we go. Wow, that's stunning. I was gonna say I wish that was a matte, but now I'm thinking I kind of actually wish that the lighter seafoam green, I wish that was a matte instead. Either the same color in a matte or a different matte entirely. Yeah, so the green eyeshadow, huge win. Blush is a great win. Love the lip color. I'm good with most of this. It wasn't a bad experiment. For each item under, I mean, really everything was under $15 a piece, under $13 a piece, I think. Yeah, not upset by it. Have you guys tried any of Zara makeup, Zara Beauty before? Also, what do you think about these Beauty Blender Bounce foundations? Did this one that's not working for me, is this normal? Like, who do I call? What do I do about this one? Do I just keep trying? I don't know what to do. Okay. Enough for today. Enough playing with that for today. I hope you guys are doing really well. I hope you guys consider subscribing if you're not already. And until my next video, bye for now.